Okay, so today we're going to look at page 14, 13 and 14 in your notes. It's from CUDA software and it's on adding and subtracting polynomials. I really should just need to remind you that this is the same as combining like terms, only now there are lots of terms to look at. So basically, we just need to find the same variable with the same exponent. So let's look at number 23 to do that. So if I have something like number 23, I've got here a negative 7n squared, so I need to find another n squared. And there's one of them over here. And again, this is a negative 14n squared, and there's a subtract sign in between them. So we're going to end up with leaving the exponent and the variable and just working with the coefficients. So that's negative 7 minus a negative 14, which remember is negative 7 plus 14, which gives me 7. And that's going to have an n squared on it, because again, remember, you do not change the exponents when you're combining like terms. So we move on then. We've got the n squareds done. Then here's an n, a regular n, and here's a regular n. So I'm going to take the 8, and I'm going to subtract the negative 11. 8 minus 11, negative 11 is 8 plus 11. So that's going to end up with 19. So that'll be plus 19. And again, I'm not going to change the variable and the exponent. That's just going to be plus 19n. And then I need to see if I've left anything else out. So then I've got here this negative 4 that doesn't have a variable. I'm going to go ahead and combine it with this 2. So that would be negative 4 minus 2, which will give me negative 6. Now, we know that we need these in standard form. The computer in Math Excel is going to care. I don't know that I care that much, which means that the exponents are going to have to go from big to large, to small. So the 2, then the 1, and the none puts it in standard form. Let's try that again. If I have something like this one, I'm going to go for standard form to start with. So here's my biggest exponent. So I'm going to have to worry about this one and this one combined together. So that would be a negative 9 minus 5 would be a negative 14. P, and the exponent is going to say as a 5. Okay, so now the next exponent down from 5 would be 4. So I'm going to look at these one, and there isn't anything else to match that one. So it's just going to stay as a positive 14p to the 4th. Okay, and now let's look at something that has there's a plus sign there, a p squared. Well, here's another p squared. So that would be a positive 11 minus a negative 11, which would be positive 11 plus 11, which is going to give me plus 22p squared. Okay, so now everything here is taken care of. The only thing that I haven't used is this minus a negative 14. So minus a negative 14 is plus a positive 14. So my final answer ends with adding 14 to it. Now the only difference between those and something like this, where you just have several of them to combine, would be that you have to keep track of each one of the individual signs in front of it. So let's try number 26. So we've got a v squared here, and just looking, there's a v squared here, and then there's a v squared here. Okay, so that would be negative 9 plus a positive 1 plus a negative 1. So negative 9 plus 1 plus a negative 1 would be a negative 9. And again, the v squared is just going to stay like it is. I'm not going to change the exponents. All right, let's move on to the next one. So there's a u. Is there anything else with a plain old u in it? No, there isn't. So that minus 8u is just going to stay part of my answer. Let's move on then. Here's a uv, and here's a uv. So we'll go ahead and combine those. That's plus a negative 2. So that's negative 2 plus 4, which would make it a positive 2. And again, I'm not going to change the exponents. Or am I going to change my variables? That's 2uv. Okay, and just looking through here, then that's done, that's done, that's done. I haven't done this one yet. So there's nothing there to combine it with, and it's being added. So that's adding a negative 2 would make it just minus 2u squared. Now, I said a while ago that I wanted these in standard form. I do want them in standard form, but I can only do that when there's one variable. On this problem, there's 2 variables. So I can't really worry about doing that with that one. Okay, so we're just going to be combining like terms. Again, I'm going to put some extra links on the homepage for you with this video so that you can try and see those. And again, the answers to these are in Kuta software, so you can do some practice problems and look at them. And as always, Math Excel has a lot of different things on there to help you to see what you're doing. Good luck, and we'll just keep working.